This is some really, really good helium. These things are still, and they bounce right back. It's like they're not even trying. That is some good stuff. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. How you doing? How's your day going, by the way? My name is Justin, and if you haven't already, please introduce yourself in the comments and let me know your name. You know, how you doing? How's your day going? Today we're listening to Genesis with their song The Lady Lies off of their album And Then There Were Three, released in 1978. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the album listen. I hope that you guys have been having a fantastic day, a good week. How's your week been? Is everyone doing all right? Hope that everyone and your families are doing all right. Not much to say before we get into it, except let's get into it. You can join me on Twitter, definitely in the comments down below. And this is Genesis with The Lady Lies.
Up his sword and goes from the mouth of the monster. He rescues the maiden fair, but we know she's a demon, come to lure him to the demon's lair. Through restless foliage and tall trees he leads to a house in a clearing, a place in her fear she calls home. Come with me, I need you. I feel dark and I live all alone. I'll give you wine and food too, and something special after if you like. And though his body bids him to enter in with her, there was something in her manner that his mind could not ignore. Also it is whispered in the kingdom far and wide to beware a little cottage in the forest in a glade. For who knows what magic takes place in his world, so he just thanks her kindly, preparing to go on his way. Come with me, I need you. I feel the dark and I live all alone. I'll give you one food too, something special after if you like. Come to my garden, taste the fruits and the spices of love. You can't resist me, I'm the kind fit to pay a call. Some men never listen, and others never learn. But why this man did as he did, only he will never know. He knew he was walking into a waiting trap, neatly set up for him with a bait so richly wrapped. So he went inside there to take on what he found, but he never escaped them, for who can escape what he desires? Come with me, I need you, I feel the dark and I live all alone. I'll give you wine and food too, and something special after if you like.
Favorite song on the album thus far. We only have one more left. 100% favorite song on the album. It's on my playlist. I added it. That to me feels like classic Genesis. Just in 1978. Barring Peter and Steve. This song, perfect, sublime. Loved everything about it. Okay? Everything. The story. Fantastic. Simple concept. Sure. One that's been done before. Sure. But bring in some personality into it. Phil. Love the changing in his singing between when he's speaking as the person, you know, being lured into this trap and then switching into a higher pitched voice for the woman. And he does it swell. Not cheesy. Not awkwardly, with finesse, with a capital F. Tony rules this one. He rules a lot of the album, but I mean this one he rules with a good hand, you know? He rules with the right power. Love those synth riffs, love his solo. Let's pull it up again really quick. Let's talk about the solo. Where was that? Maybe here? Guys, that is smooth. I love, hold on, before I even talk about it. There's one thing in this song, actually two things. There's two words that I get out of this song that for some of this album I've been missing. Okay? The first word, and I think that I mentioned it on the last video, with the last two songs, is charm. Right? Genesis has a specific type of charm in their music. And this is the type of song that captures and recaptures and brings back that classic Genesis charm that I'm used to. Maybe it's the storytelling. Maybe it's the songwriting around it. I can tell you one part of it, what it is. The second word that it makes me think of, swing. Swing. What am I talking about? If I compare this song to one classic Genesis song that I absolutely love, it is Fountain of Salmacis. This feels like a slightly more modern take on that song. From the story of like mythology, here with like maybe like more fable, horror inspired, sure, whichever. The drumming. Guys, on Fountain, Phil has a very particular swing in which he drums on that song. And it is brilliant. I love it. It feels so natural, organic. It flows just right. And his drumming has always been phenomenal. And I mean, it's not that other songs lack swing. But in this album so far, his drumming is fantastic. But I never quite felt that natural swing that I felt on Fountain. Like I said, it's still really good drumming. There's just something about it, you know? That is good. It's just really handy cymbal work with a nice pace, but I mean, like, it feels so groovy. Like, that's a mover, right? Now, I've talked about Phil, I've talked about Tony. I am not forgetting about Mike. Mike, his bass playing. You can hear it. It's so well produced on this one. So clear. He is just playing his heart out. Like, it is fantastic. Like, this song has everything that I love about Genesis in it. There's nothing more I could ask of this song. If this album ended on this song, I'd be sent off with a happy note. You know, like, there's nothing else I could ask about it. This was just really good. Let's talk about the lyrics really quick. I mean, overall, it sounds like a not modern day, but an adult Hansel and Gretel, witch in the woods. Guy passes by the house. She says, "Come on in." He says, "No, no, no." She says, "Come on in." He says, "Maybe I'll just see what's, maybe see what's for dinner." Gets in, gets trapped. I don't know exactly what happens, but he doesn't come back out of the house. Sounds to me like he runs into like a succubus or something like that. But, I mean, the story's well presented. I mean, the lyrics, like I said, they're nice. Has an easy flow, A to B, story points. And I really love Phil singing throughout. I like how the music changes to make certain parts feel a little more eerie, certain parts feel a little more desirous and lush. Like, for example, this theme. This is fantastic. Love Tony, what he's doing here. This is a really nice thematic setup. And we return to that as they talk about this woman, you know, this witch or whatever. But the verse loses that. The verse sounds adventurous with a slightly uneasy feeling beneath it, still carried by Tony. Right? You even get some guitar by Mike coming in. And then, of course, when we get into the woman talking, still a little bit light, but there's a rapidness to it, of course, carried by the band, and musically, of course, it picks up tempo. But to me, it reminds me of, like, you know, like the guy's heartbeat picking up pace. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, as the woman's talking, his heartbeat is literally, like, pumping. You know, like, it's pounding out of his chest. Like, he wants to go in, but he knows better. Apparently, he doesn't know better, as it says at the end, because he says, so he went inside to take what he found, but he never escaped them, for who can escape what he desires? He desired, and it seems like he died. Well, listen to this transfer. That's huge. That feels so good. Guys, this is a great song. I don't even know what else to say about it. We kind of talked about the general story and the lyrics, but let's read it a little bit. Why not? The man steps out in the moonlight at the sound of a scream from below. He thinks he is a warrior, so he picks up his sword and goes from the mouth of the monster. He rescues the maiden fair. But we all know she's a demon, come to loot him to the demon's lair. Through restless foliage and tall trees he leads to a house in a clearing, a place in her fear she calls home. Shouldn't have rescued that woman. I like how it says that he thinks he's a warrior, and he picks up his sword and goes. Like, he's not even like a knight. You know, he thinks he's brave, he thinks he's courageous. Of course, you know, his pride was his fall. And then she says, "Come with me, I need you. I fear the dark and I live all alone. I'll give you wine and food too, and something special after if you like." It just turns out that that something special was not exactly what he was hoping for. But once again, I mean, they all do a really fantastic job on this one. This is, I don't know, I feel like this is up there, you know? Like, you know what I mean when I say up there, like it's up there? You know what I mean when I say it's up there. Let me know what you guys thought of the song, though. Join me on Twitter. Join me in the comments down below. Join me on Patreon if you'd like. Don't have to, but leave a like if you can at least. I feel like the woman saying, come on, you know, come on, press like. And if you subscribe enough, then we'll get Lamb Lies Down, and that's not a lie. Have a fantastic day, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.